The Secret Life of Princesses is divided into two parts, and you discover their virtues as you read. So let's start with part 1 and the first princess, Odette. When Odette was turned into a swan by the evil sorcerer, she didn't have any trouble swimming, but she did have a problem with her long neck. It was so slender and thin she couldn't keep it up. With her beak dragging in the water, she tried to think what to do. She had lots of time to think. Well, if I have to spend time as a swan, I might as well make the best of a bad situation. But how? Let's see. First, I've got to do something with this long neck. I'm going to hold it up proudly and be the best swan I can be. Odette was able to hold herself tall and proud for a while, until she felt discouraged again. Then her long neck drooped down once more. Several other swans found Odette cowering in the tall rushes where she was hiding. One of the swans cooed softly, "Whenever you feel down, lift yourself up from your heart." Another swan explained, "Right now you might not think so, but the length of your neck can work to your advantage." "How?" asked Odette, as she tried once more to lift her head, balancing it on her long, slender neck. The first swan answered sweetly, "You can turn something negative, like a long neck, into a positive by holding it high. When your neck begins to droop, you'll know that your heart is feeling low. By lifting your head from your heart, your mood will lift as well. This effort will teach you grace." Odette practiced lifting up from her heart, and it worked. She swam out into the center of the lake with her head raised as though she were a puppet on strings from the stars. Her head no longer felt glued down to her body. Instead, her head felt suspended in air, held up in the air, and moved by air like a balloon. Her head was balanced gracefully and proudly. Gliding smoothly into the glistening moonlight, all the other swans circled around her in appreciation of what Odette had achieved. That was very lucky, because if she had remained hiding in the rushes with her long neck sagging downward, it would have been harder for Odette's prince to find her. Instead, Odette was swimming gracefully where he could see and recognize her as the princess his love would set free. Odette never forgot the swan's lesson of poise, even after the evil spell was broken, even when she no longer had that very long neck to balance her head upon. She lifted her head from her heart. Though she was no longer swimming gracefully in water, her poised posture on land showed that she knew she was really a princess. Now she had a crown to balance on her head. Because it was just like balancing a swan's head on a long neck, it was easy to keep her crown from falling off. The poised posture Odette developed during that trying time as a swan helped her lift from her heart to stand with poise and show the princess she really was.